Today we're going to be talking about Disney's Tarzan, another N64 Disney title. Don't think I didn't do this on purpose. I want to do a lot of $5 Disney games in the future, so let's get right to it. The developers must have really liked the side-scrolling model of gaming, because that is where most of the level design takes place, is in side-scrollers. When they try to incorporate some of the 3D aspects, the game gets a little off base and the visuals look very janky, so they try to keep to a pure side-scroller. There are some bonus levels mixed in and some other levels that aren't side-scrollers, but that's mainly what you're looking at. Some of the main things in the game to collect are these monkey pages. What they do is if you get 4 in a level, then you can activate the bonus stage, which gives you a bunch of coins, which lead to lives, because that's pretty important, especially if you don't have a way to save the game. Because if you get a game over and you can't save the game, you got to go back to the beginning, just like Bug's Life. I don't know why that is a thing in Disney Nintendo 64 games, but if you lose all your lives, you're done. So you got to keep going back to these earlier levels, keep doing these bonus stages, and that's the only way that you can survive the rest of the game, especially at the end with Clayton, where dude is impossible to kill unless you know exactly what to do. So in this bonus stage, you pick up berries to try and increase your time just so that you can get coins, and the coins give you more lives, yada yada yada. Tarzan knows how to bounce on elephants, I guess. That was a development choice that I really would not have agreed with myself. I have worked with elephants. They are not bouncy. I don't know where bouncy elephants get that, and these birds are taking shits on me. Why is this happening? And then, just like most side-scrollers, you got the swinging vines. I mean, I don't know what the trope is. I think Donkey Kong capitalized on it a little bit too much, but that's just my opinion. I've never been a big side-scroller guy myself, so this game was a little difficult for me. But as I said, like right now, they try to put in a 3D aspect while you're on a 2D platform trying to swim in the right direction and avoid the crocodiles. As you can see, it's not really put together very well, and it just gets worse as time goes on if you try to play more of the 3D levels. Now this level's cool. This is the first level that really gets away from the whole side-scroller, and it's a Stampede level. You have to run forward, obviously, which is, towards the camera, to avoid these elephants, and you have to pretty much memorize where they're going because you are gonna die. Here's another one of the bonus stages. You're on some vulture thing that's trying to buck you off, I guess, but isn't doing a very good job of it and is just kind of flailing around. Most of the bonus stages are just going forward and trying to pick up coins. There isn't really much, I don't know how you say it, diversity to them, so what can I say? And then so we get to adult Tarzan, who, instead of jumping on elephants, can jump on rhinos. Rhinos are jumpable too. I'm so glad that we have so many bouncy animals in the jungle. I didn't know that myself, but I mean, never been to the jungle. Maybe I should go and try and bounce on some rhinos. Another twist with the whole level design is these sliding levels. I mean, yeah, they're fun and they were in the movie, but my God, if you don't know exactly what's coming, you die. I mean, the game is very unforgiving at this part, and don't think that I didn't get a couple game overs when trying to memorize these parts. They are not easy. And then we get everyone's level that they remember as a kid, because where you get to fight the saber, you get to reenact the movie in which Tarzan holds him back. And this is where most kids had to return the game, and because they could not beat it. I remember specifically Cole, the guy from the Ocarina of Time playthrough. Him and I tried to beat this saber, about 1,000 times, and we never really succeeded because we didn't have a way to save the game, and that really screwed us over. But as you can see, there is a pattern to killing the saber, which as kids, we did not exactly figure out, sadly enough. But then lo and behold, try again, and you can finally kill that damn jaguar! Dude needed to die, oh my god! The child in me is screaming because he cannot believe I just did it. So now you become the damsel in distress. That's always a good... You go right from killing a jaguar to running away from baboons. I don't really know how that goes together. And then come to one of the coolest parts of the movie, which made this one of my favorite parts in the game. You get to be Turk, and you get to destroy the crap out of Clayton's camp. You get to bounce around on all of his things, and this is one of the levels that would have been worse if I didn't like it so much, because if you can see, I can't tell where the camera angle is supposed to be. I was trying to get to the coins above my head, but I just wasn't on the right x-axis, I guess. Turk again bounces on an elephant. I guess just elephants are, that's what they do. They get bouncy. And then you come in as Tarzan and play the same level. It's only 13 levels in the game, guys. I don't think you really need to recycle the same level twice and the same ways of getting to different parts of the level. It's like they took this level and were like, how could we take this level and make it 2 levels? Brilliant! Just brilliant! What a prime money-saving tactic. So, and then we get to the time in the movie where Clayton takes Tarzan as a slave. If this movie came out now and Tarzan was black, we might have some problems. All racial issues aside, though, this level is probably one of the better 3D levels because it doesn't try to be a side-scroller. It goes with the actual 3D model of the level, which is really nice. But then, of course, when you're climbing rope, it's just back to the side-scroller model. So it's a half and half, but it wasn't a bad rendition of Clayton's ship, so I can't really have any complaints here. Thank God. And then you get to ride on an elephant. Instead of bouncing on elephants, you now ride on elephants. That makes a little bit more sense, I would say. Just a tad bit more. I mean, elephants are rideable, but not bounceable. And then you fight Clayton. This, let me tell you, the sequence in which you have to literally memorize how Clayton shoots and how Clayton throws knives and all this crap, it was exhausting. You had to memorize every single move that the guy has, as well as when he's going to use it, and sometimes he uses it out of sequence, which throws you the crap off. It was horrendous trying to memorize this guy's attack patterns and whatnot. And little did I know, you're not supposed to just keep throwing him. He doesn't have a health bar. You need to knock him off the edge. So only when he's in a certain poise can you, or anyways, in a certain pose, can you hit him. All the other times you're just bouncing off, and you have to use the super berries. If you run out of the super berries, then you're screwed, and you have to restart the level anyway. You cannot know how many game overs I had fighting this guy. The game itself took me an hour and 15 minutes. But my whole recording was 3 hours. That tells you how long it took me to kill Clayton. And then, of course, we get to the congratulations, game complete. This game I'd give about a 5.7 out of 10. The reason for that score being the fact that these developers really tried to make a game that didn't exactly fit in any one genre, and all they did was just made a jumbled mess. The game was fun to play through, but it was broken up. there was no consistency. If they would have tried to get really good at side-scroller, if they would have tried to get really good at 3D, if they would have tried to get really good at any one thing and made the game based around it, and then had only the little mini-games be based around the second part, the game could have been a lot stronger. But instead, they fell short on a lot of aspects, and that's where I have to take them down a notch in the score. They were just mediocre at everything, and that's why I give it a 5.7 out of 10, which is mediocre. Thank you guys for listening. Please watch some of my other videos, and I'll be back. I put up a video a day at least, so just keep watching out for my stuff. Have a good night, guys. This is linkslefthandman signing off.